What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. A little bit extra for you right here for September 10th, 2020. And the WWE is already thinking about the Royal Rumble. Is it too early to be thinking about the Royal Rumble? In my honest and humble opinion, the answer is no. WWE should already have plans for who's going to win the Royal Rumble and who is going to go on to WrestleMania to challenge for the WWE or Universal Championship. Now, we all know WrestleMania this year was held inside the PC. No fans. WWE was inside the Performance Center for months, and then they moved on into the Amway Center, into the Thunderdome, and they thought, oh, man, I love being right. I love being right, man. I do. WWE thought moving into the Thunderdome was going to increase the ratings, and if you guys seen the Monday Night Raw ratings from the Labor Day edition, yes, it's Labor Day, as if fucking Labor Day didn't happen all the other fucking Labor Days, right? It's not the holiday. It's the fact that WWE sucks. The Thunderdome is not even an issue as far as why the product sucks. It's the creative. Regardless, I could shit on them all day long about the fucking Thunderdome and the ratings. The Raw ratings hit near record lows again, as usual. Anyway, WWE is thinking about the Royal Rumble in 2021, and as you guys see by this tweet on screen, WrestleVotes says that WWE has a city in mind for the 2021 Royal Rumble event. They also want to get a live crowd in for that particular show. Now, WrestleVotes tweets out, and I quote, asked what the Royal Rumble location plans are, learned that WWE has a city in mind and are looking to get back to live crowds prior to that. However, they are keeping an eye on what the NBA and NHL do for next season regarding fans and capacity levels. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with all major sports. Neither does WrestleVotes. Neither does Vince McMahon. So I don't know what to tell you. All I know is nothing will be back to normal unless there's some sort of vaccine out there. And even then, at that point, nobody knows what the restrictions for all these major cities across the United States will be. It's nice to think about the Royal Rumble in 2021 with fans because that's one of the biggest shows of the year, and you need, no question about it, fan participation. I don't want to hear some bullshit countdown timer with fucking virtual fans and it not feeling genuine during the Royal Rumble. And you gotta listen to that twice. One for a men's and one for a women's. Please, spare me. So hopefully there are fans back at WWE shows. I don't give a fuck how many. I need fans. I'm tired of looking at virtual screens doing this and fucking thumbs down this and thumbs up and whatever the fuck they're doing on those big screens, man. Get rid of it. It's not doing anything for the show. It's absolutely annoying. And WWE, most of the time you're watching their shows, the piped-in crowd sound, man, is louder than anything on the actual show. I'm not a big fan of the Thunderdome at all. I love the look of it. But the execution of it, my God, man, I can't wait for there to be live human beings inside a WWE show. And then at that point, we'll really get the real feel of what's going on right now on WWE television. But the Royal Rumble absolutely needs fans. I just don't think that will happen. When you look back at WWE in 2020, one of the most cringe-worthy moments will be Tyson Fury looking to pick a fight with Drew McIntyre. Now, what I'm about to show you is absolutely one of the most cringe-worthy things I've seen all year. Clearly, somebody in WWE is ham and egging this guy on to continue pushing this agenda. I don't know who in their right mind wants to see this match. This clip I'm about to show you is fucking terrible. And I do not know how looking at this clown in this clip is going to get you excited about any type of match with Tyson Fury, let alone with Drew McIntyre. Enough of me talking, roll it.
So I'm here. This is a challenge video to Drew McIntyre. The Gypsy King is here in Edinburgh, looking all over for you, Drew. Where are you, Drew? talking all over Drew. All day, and I can't see you. Hiding from me, Drew. Hiding. Come out and fight like a proper man. Like a Highland man. Pity. Get your people, get Vince to contact Nick Khan, and let's get this fight on.
You know, if there's one thing that came from that clip, it's the appreciation we should all have for the bagpipe dude. I couldn't hear one fucking word that guy was saying. I did not give a shit at all about what he had to say, even though none of us could hear it. And my God, man, can you be any more disingenuous and fucking forced and fake with this make-believe feud that you have with Drew McIntyre? I mean, the guy, the fucking clown, Tyson Fury, is standing there waiting for whoever is filming this thing to hit record on their mobile device. He's not even fucking ready. And then it just comes out so forced, man. There's no anger coming from him. Why am I gonna believe this guy wants to pick a fight with Drew McIntyre? And where is Drew McIntyre? Why are you looking in fucking Scotland? I don't even think you're in the right area of Scotland. Isn't he from Ayr, Scotland? I don't think he was in Ayr, Scotland. Where's Drew McIntyre? Let me call Bruce up and see where he is. He's in fucking Orlando, you goddamn clown. All you gotta do is ask for the Thunderdome, get in a fucking Uber, and you'll find Drew McIntyre. I don't know who in their right mind is going to be interested in this shit. I hope to fucking Jesus Christ himself this shit fails. Because once again, I'll be right. Last time he was in the ring, what happened? It did nothing. And what's gonna happen here in a match with Drew McIntyre? Absolutely nothing, folks. Failure starts with the letter F. Moving on here, man. Speaking of failure, Nia Jax. She shares alphabet real estate with the letter L, which is occupied by Humberto Carrillo. You know him, right? On Monday Night Raw? No? I don't either. Where the fuck did he go? I don't know. It's probably Tuesday night somewhere in catering. Anyway, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, man. WWE did something fishy on Instagram with Nia Jax. She shoots, and I'm not talking about fucking shooting basketballs or shooting recipes over to Titus and catering. She shoots on WWE for a botched Photoshop that went out there to promote her and Shayna Baszler as the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Now, as you guys see in the picture here on screen, Nia Jax has a zit. I don't believe I'm sitting here on OTS Extra talking about fucking Nia Jax's acne, man. Can we get her a prescription for Proactive, please? It doesn't work. There's the clue. Jax made a point that her current look is the result of hard work and money. She then asked WWE to change the photo back, and she says this, and I quote, "I get that Facetune is a thing now, but I'm not a big fan." Talk about not being a big fan, man. I'm not a fan at all of Nia Jax. Anyway, I wear enough makeup and have great hair installed to pick up where I lack in looks. Facetune is a bit much. Yes, in my untouched picture, you can see a big zit on my chin. Whatevs. I have asked WWE to please replace my obviously Facetune pic with the untouched one. I am not happy with the message it sends. End quote. Now, normally, I do not agree with anything Nia Jax has to say. I just, quite frankly, don't give a shit about anything regarding Nia Jax, but it's very difficult to sit here and say that you do not agree with her stance on this. I think the face tuning is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I don't know who the fuck this is. I don't know why anybody in WWE thought that this version of Nia Jax looks better than the natural version of Nia Jax. That's just ridiculous. I understand where she's coming from, and I understand the message that she's trying to relay to everybody, all the impressionable young fans that probably look up to her. It is okay to be comfortable in your own skin. You are beautiful no matter what. You don't need to go out there and do all these different types of enhancements. And not even that, Nia Jax, a confident woman, is comfortable in who she is and what she looks like. And WWE's trying to go out there and pretend that she's not good looking enough to put her natural self on a poster with Shayna Baszler, that they have to alter it somehow. That's just disgusting. It really is. I don't know why anybody in WWE, like I said, thought that this face-tuned version of Nia Jax looks better than the original Nia Jax. This is an epic fail by WWE as usual, and I agree with Nia Jax on this situation. Change the fucking picture. How many of you guys watched Monday Night Raw on Monday on Labor Day? By the looks of the ratings, not many of you. Not many of you at all. Well, if you did watch Monday Night Raw, you would have seen Retribution finally show up and cut a promo and give us a bunch of words with absolutely no substance. But the thing is, when they cut this promo, all of their voices were disguised. Not enough for social media, because there were geeks on Reddit who took it upon themselves to decode the promo and uncover who really is hiding their voices on Monday Night Raw in Retribution. And we now have confirmation of 2 members of Retribution. Enough of me blabbing. Roll it.
Is only a facade. Behind this mountain of screens is the same foundation. The same WWE as before. The same behemoth who discarded and disowned us, leaving us to survive in an unfair world where the powerful continue to grow while we are left to feed on nothing but the scraps of contempt.
But contempt is a powerful motivator. We are driven to destroy, to lay waste to every superstar and every fan. Blinded, you cannot see what you do not have. So the locust of contempt will feed upon all of you. The darkness of retribution will seep into the pores of every superstar and all of your so-called universe. We are Retribution.
Now, if you were looking for some sort of explanation in that clip, I'm sorry to tell you that there was none there. I'm still very confused as to what these individuals want and why they're seeking retribution against the WWE. Regardless of that, the 2 people that spoke in that clip were Mercedes Martinez, which was the first voice that you heard, and then the more dominating voice, the male figure in that clip, was Dominik Dijakovic. Now, I knew that was Dijakovic just by his body language, even with the disguised voice, but Mercedes Martinez is a surprise to me. I thought that was Kaden Carter. And I thought that was no way, in any shape or form, Mercedes Martinez. But clearly by that clip, and then what we heard on NXT on Tuesday night, it's the same voice. And then she lost to Rhea Ripley in that steel cage match, which absolutely felt like a write-off for Mercedes Martinez. And then she left the Robert Stone brand. So clearly, this all lines up with being Mercedes Martinez. So we got Mercedes Martinez, Dominik Dijakovic. The other female standing next to Mercedes Martinez was Mia Yim, because there's no fucking way anybody's gonna look at that and not think Mia Yim. She's got very distinguished facial features. The other guy just as tall as Dijakovic was Dio Madden, according to sources. And then the other man standing next to Dijakovic, a lot of people were saying could be The Miz. It could be Shane Thorne from NXT. It's actually Mojo Rawley. I don't know what the fuck Mojo Rawley is upset about. Maybe he's upset that WWE let Gronk go. I don't know. But this is Retribution, folks. With all the stuff that happened with Mercedes Martinez on Tuesday night on NXT, that confirms her in Retribution. Dominik Dijakovic, we all knew by his shady behavior on social media. Mia Yim, we already discovered that several weeks ago. Dio Madden, I think we all figured that one out. Mojo Rawley has a lot of people confused right now, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Retribution, but we are finally uncovering all these clues as to who they are I just need to know what the fuck they want, because right now, whatever he said, whatever Dijakovic says makes absolutely no sense at all. When do I see this coming to a head? I'm envisioning Survivor Series, but we'll see what happens in the weeks to come, as Retribution now is Monday Night Raw exclusive, unfortunately. How to botch a WWE superstar debut in 3 weeks. WWE accomplished that with one Keith Lee. He's not limitless anymore, folks. He's limited. Keith Lee. Apparently limited Keith Lee is looking for new theme music on Monday Night Raw, because whatever WWE gave you as far as an excuse goes as to why they can't fucking use his original NXT theme that he came out to a day and a half before he actually made his debut on Monday Night Raw is complete bullshit. Now he's looking for new theme music. WWE actually rehired Josiah Williams to be a part of NXT once again. He is a ring announcer, but Williams is also a music artist. He actually rapped with the Street Profits to the ring in the past and has created some great tracks as well for WWE. Keith Lee, we all know, is in search of music. He says, and I quote, "Welcome back, brother. This makes me happy. Now tell them to let you make me a new theme." Keith Lee does not have it under control in any sense of the word. I don't know why it was changed. Actually, I do know why it was changed. Keith Lee's theme music was so catchy, it was going to get him more over than WWE wanted him to be over. He is limited. Keith Lee. Keith Lee also included several LOL emojis after his comment. This music issue is something that he's been trying to work on. Folks, I do not give a single solitary shit about anybody who thinks I am wrong about Keith Lee. The guy's been on the main roster for 3 fucking weeks, and he already feels like an ordinary staple on Monday Night Raw. Doesn't really exude epicness. It doesn't exude excitement. He's not important. He was just placed in this bullshit Randy Orton feud because they had nothing for him. There was no plans. Give me a break. Guy already feels like ordinary garbage on Monday Night Raw, but then again, Monday Night Raw, everything they fucking touch turns to shit anyway. There's a list of what not to do and what to do when you call somebody up like Keith Lee on the main roster. WWE looked at the list of what not to do, and they did it all. WWE has NXT, and they exist for one reason: to get talent ready for the main roster. Why do you need to change? Why do you see the fit or the need to change anything coming up from NXT? Why do they exist? I don't understand it. Break it down, build it up in what Vince McMahon sees in his own vision. Give me a fucking break, man. Keith Lee, already in 3 weeks, limited. And is he gonna get new theme music? Probably not. Imagine sitting there thinking that a guy like Ryback would add any value to any promotion in 2020. Imagine that, right? Guy's a fucking loser. Guy's a reject. Guy was a one-trick pony. Guy's just a smaller version of Braun Strowman. No charisma, nothing about him in the ring that is really captivating. Oh, feed me more. Yeah, feed you more. Feed me better fucking quality TV shows on Monday and Friday night. That'll whet my fucking appetite. Ryback, a mark for himself. He says this on Twitter. Look at this disgusting animal on Twitter, because we all talk pro wrestling and somebody upset him and hurt his feelings. He says, and I quote, "I firmly," by the way, this was a deleted tweet and then he reworded it. Obviously, you guys can look at this tweet and see what he omitted from the new tweet. This was the original tweet that he thought he was slick in deleting. I quote, "I firmly believe the world would be a better place without Dave Meltzer 6 feet under. He's the most dangerous kind of mark there is and puts out lies for profit, creating hate for people he dislikes. He makes money off other diseased marks, but does so in a horrible way." End quote. Let me try and understand this, because I'm failing to see how this tweet is able to stay on Twitter without it being reported for a community guideline fucking suspension or strike on Twitter. The guy is out there willingly wishing for someone to die, for the death of somebody, because pro wrestling. Because he doesn't agree with Dave Meltzer's stance on pro wrestling. The world would be a better place with Dave Meltzer 6 feet under. Maybe we should call his wife Ann and see what she has to say about that. Maybe the world would be a better place without your husband Dave in it, says Ryback Reeves, right? I'd love to know what she thinks about that. A world without her husband. You fucking savage. Maybe his 2 children think the world would be a better place without Dave Meltzer, without their father. Ryback is a human piece of fucking shit. Grade A shit. All because pro wrestling, right? All because of pro wrestling, right? I don't understand these fucking people. Dave Meltzer has a job to do. He's critical of what he does, or critical of what WWE does. People are critical of what he does because they don't agree with his pro wrestling opinion. Oh my God. Brian Alvarez is a mark. Dave Meltzer's a mark. Oh my God, I hate these guys because I don't agree with what they're saying. I hate JD because he's right, but I don't agree with what he's saying. Are you fucking serious? I'm sorry, Mr. Reeves. Does Dave Meltzer own you in every sense of the word? Is he more successful than you? Does he have more connects and respect in the business than you? You failed podcaster trying to sell steroids to other people, right? Give me a fucking break, bro. Stay in your fucking lane and do what you gotta do to get by. Leave Dave alone. The world is a better place. Give me a fucking break, man. Shit like that does not belong on social media because you and everybody else doesn't agree with a podcaster's take on pro wrestling, man. Fucking sick, demented fucks on social media. But why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? You knew it was going to happen eventually, folks. Tessa Blanchard is making her in-ring return, but not with AEW, not with WWE. It's actually happening this Saturday at Saturday's Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series event in Chicago. She will be defending their Women's Wrestling World Championship against current Impact superstar Kylie Ray. Blanchard is a free agent. She was stripped of the Impact World title earlier this year. She quit the company. She hasn't wrestled since mid-March, and she's living in Mexico with her fiance, Daga. Now, WWE is clearly interested in signing her, but nothing has been signed yet, and I don't know when that's going to be. But now that Tessa is actually back in the ring and doing the wrestling thing, the rumblings will now start to pick up. This is nothing more than, let me dip my toe in the water and see how everybody reacts to me before I go on and really sign something with one of the major promotions, because you know that is going to happen sooner rather than later. I don't know when. I would assume maybe January at the Royal Rumble. That's my best guess on Tessa Blanchard. I do think she ends up with WWE. I think any one of these companies would be foolish to not pick them up. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm throwing money at Tessa. If I'm WWE, I'm throwing money at Tessa no matter what she has as far as a rocky past. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have to deal with it, but this is nothing more than her dipping her toe in the water, in the pool, to see how people react to her being back in a wrestling ring. And finally, guys, I saved the best man for last. Miro, aka Rusev, is now all elite. Rusev made his AEW debut on Dynamite on Wednesday night, and it was fucking glorious, man. He cut a promo on Vince McMahon's brass rings being complete bullshit, how the glass ceiling is imaginary, and now he is with the best wrestling company in the United States, and that is AEW. I have very big news on his contract status with AEW. How long is he going to be there, and what are the details of Miro with AEW? Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reported today that Miro is signed with AEW as talks have been ongoing for quite some time. Per the report, the deal was long-term, pending an option on the deal, end quote. Additionally, the deal will allow him to work New Japan Pro Wrestling in addition to some dates on the independent wrestling scene. It should be noted that while he can work for New Japan Pro Wrestling, he can only do so in Japan. Thus, when COVID-19's pandemic slows down and the New Japan Wrestling promotion starts running shows again in the United States, he will not be able to run or work in those events. So that is the status of Miro and his contract status with AEW. This is excellent news, man. You know he wanted to get out there and do a little bit of everything, and it's great to see how Tony Khan sees that in him and respects that about him, so much so that he's got one of those upper echelon type of deals with AEW where, yeah, this is your home base, but you could go do the indies while we approve your dates there on the independent scene. You could go do New Japan and challenge yourself and do whatever you want to do over there, because I know you've been held captive for so many years in WWE. It's great to see AEW and upper management realize what WWE did with him was completely wrong. And the situation on social media, man, a lot of people are making a big deal about this for absolutely no reason. Oh, look at AEW signing another WWE reject. Are you fucking serious? The land of WWE rejects, they're becoming the Impact Wrestling of 2020, is what I hear and what I see. I'm sorry, geek. Do you not realize that WWE's roster is 75%, probably more than that, of pretty much just killing the independent scene? Every single fucking superstar on WWE's main roster right now in NXT is Ring of Honor and every other independent promotion that they fucking killed off. So spare me the bullshit on AEW signing an ex-WWE talent. They are giving an opportunity to somebody that never got one in WWE. They fucked him over. They looked at him as unimportant. Now he feels important around people that respect him, around people that understand him. And I'm sorry, geek on social media. I'm sorry, clown on social media. Do you yourself run a business? AEW has a second TV show coming at the end of the year or in early 2021. They need talent. And Rusev has a big following. Rusev is on Twitch. He's a very popular WWE superstar. And now AEW is going to capitalize on what WWE did not want to make money in, that they very well could have made money on, but they said, no, we don't want it. It's not in our plans. You don't fit the mold of what we want to push. And they buried him. And now whatever WWE lost will be AEW's gain. So shut the fuck up. Sit down. I am tired of irrelevant geeks thinking that they know everything, but they don't know anything. Bro, you got like 5 followers. Who gives a shit about what you say? I'll put you on blast every single fucking time out just to make sure you look stupid. This is an excellent decision by AEW, and kudos to Tony and Cody and everybody involved for bringing Miro on into AEW. Guys, I'm getting the hell out of here. Thank you so very much for supporting the podcast. If you enjoyed today's video, if you laughed, if you cried, if you enjoyed any part of it, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below. Follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button, very important. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications. And if you missed any of the other content this week, Monday Night Raw, NXT, and AEW live streams, they are on demand. You guys can go back and watch them at any time. Links will be down in the description below. Guys, I'll see you for Friday Night SmackDown live on YouTube. Make sure you look out for that. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Off the Script.